Hey, so I am here today to talk to you guys about a new binder company called GC2B. I'm sure most of you have probably already heard of them. They've been getting a ton of buzz, lots of really great feedback on social media as of late, and they are making binders specifically marketed to FTMs. They're based in America. I'm not really sure which state, somewhere in the US though. And so let's just dive right in and review this binder together, shall we? So I ordered the GC2B binder a few weeks ago. Uh, I was really happy already, basically, with my binders that I already use from Underworks. I just knew that they were getting a lot of hype over at GC2B, and I wanted to see what it was all about. I had heard that they were super comfortable, so I wanted to try it. So I will start off by saying that what I am currently wearing, what I wear in my day-to-day life to work and school and so on, is a combination of two Underworks binders. So the one that I wear underneath is the medium double front compression vest. So that's the long one that goes basically from top to the bottom of your torso. So the medium is the one that fits me the best. That's the one that I based my measurements on. Um, it fits well. It binds me well, yet it's not too tight. So that's kind of the perfect fit for me. On top of that, I also wear an extra large tri top. Now that one doesn't really bind me so much as it just smooths everything over because it's too big to really do any binding for me. But rather than just have that one binder and kind of have like some bulginess going on, it just kind of fills in the gaps nicely because I'm kind of top heavy, so it tends to help a lot for me to wear two binders. So that's why I choose to wear one that's actually really loose on top just to smooth things over. So anyway, I'm really happy with the setup that I already have right now with my Underworks binders. They're just they're kind of uncomfortable at times, and I sort of get pains in my ribs and so on. So I thought I would try the GC2B binder. So I might as well show you guys what it looks like. First of all, the material is really stretchy. It's really thin, very light. It's very much like a rash guard or an Under Armour t-shirt. So it's very, stretchy, nylon-y, very breathable. So that's a plus. It feels really nice. On the inside, let me turn it inside out for you. There's a panel on the front, on the top half, and it's like a weird, really tough, not stretchy at all, um, kind of like a canvasy type thing. It almost looks like a denim actually. It's like a white canvasy type of material, and it's not stretchy. It's just really tough, really thick and I don't know, durable. I guess like you cannot stretch this at all. But that it ends up being a good thing. Like it works really well. So you know what? Without further ado, let me just try this on for you, and I'll show you what it looks like when I actually have it on. Okay, here it is. I put it on. So it feels very good. First of all, when I put it on for the first time, I didn't have any difficulty putting it on. When I first got my Underworks binder, I kind of had some difficulty putting it on the first time, and then it kind of gradually stretched out and it was fine. But with the GC2B binder, I never really had that issue. It was never difficult to put on in the first place. Um, One thing that I'll note is when it comes to adjusting with the Underworks binder, um, it's typical that you kind of need to adjust a little bit once you put it on. Like I tend to shove everything to the side. So that's still kind of necessary with any binder that you're using, really. But for this one, for the GC2B binder, I find that because the panel is so stiff, it's very hard to do that sort of adjusting. It's hard to get your hands sort of in there because it doesn't stretch with you. So it's kind of difficult to adjust things, and I find that it's kind of necessary more of the time, in fact, than the Underworks binder. So with my Underworks, I typically do some adjusting, and then I'm kind of fine for the rest of the day. But with the GC2B, I kind of feel like um, it doesn't really stay in place as much. So I've worn it out in public one time for one class, and When I got there, I just felt like I kind of needed to do some adjusting, but of course, you're not exactly always in a position to be able to do that without weird stares. So that's one minor hiccup that I've kind of uh, noticed with this binder. So yeah, I feel like it kind of puts everything in a nice place. It's probably I think this would probably be better than just one single Underworks binder because it does kind of put everything in a good place. The only thing is it I don't think it really stays in place as much as my other setup with my two Underworks binders. But you know, it does a fairly decent job of binding everything. The only thing is that because the panel is so small, like, you know, it's restricted to the front and the top half, I kind of feel like I'm sort of spilling out around the edges. Now, it's not too bad, but it just kind of makes me self conscious a little bit. So with Underworks, you know, it's stretchy everywhere, all around. So, and plus, when I have the second one on top, it kind of really helps to contain everything. And I feel like I'm not going anywhere. So, but with the GC2B binder, I kind of feel like because the panel is only like very, very small, very finite size, I kind of feel a little uncomfortable and I kind of feel that it's not really containing me the way that I want it to. I don't know. So when it comes to comfort, I think the GC2B gives me less mental comfort because I don't feel as safe and contained as I do with my Underworks binder. However, it is a lot lighter and it doesn't compress my rib cage, so that's a really good thing. I do kind of find that it tends to be a little bit more. It's a little tighter around the chest, actually, honestly, because it doesn't move and breathe with you. I tend to find it a little bit more rigid like that in the chest area, but it's kind of nice that it doesn't really compress anywhere else. So overall, I think it is probably more comfortable than the Underworks binder. Um, just for me, the big mental comfort is kind of a big thing. I tend to just feel uncomfortable and self conscious a lot of the time when I'm wearing it in public, which is why I've only worn it the one time out in public. So for sizing, they give you a sizing chart on the website. They ask you to measure yourself just sort of above your chest, right beneath your armpits. Like take a snug, comfortable measurement right around there. So that put me kind of right in the large size bracket. So that's what I ordered. When I first got it on, it was very easy to put on. And it kind of, I was shifting around a lot. So that made me wonder if it was maybe a size too big or something. But at the same time, I don't think I would really want it much smaller because the panel is kind of so small. So I kind of felt like I was, you know, kind of overfilling that uh, panel portion. So I don't know. So one thing that's always important to consider, of course, is the price. So on the GC2B website, the binder was advertised for $30 American. So if you're having that shipped to Canada like I did, that comes to $46 with shipping and taxes. Of course, that's in American currency. So right now, because the Canadian dollar is so shit, that came to, I think, $59 and some change Canadian. And there's no taxes for import and, you know, duty taxes and that sort of thing. So when all is said and done, it came to $60, which I think is sort of comparable to Underworks. Actually, it may be slightly cheaper. I'm not entirely sure. I think they're fairly close. So in my opinion, you know, I think they're Underworks and GC2B are probably equally beneficial. I think they're just sort of practical for different things. So for me personally, I will continue to wear my Underworks binders in my normal everyday life. And you know, I think what I'll do is I'll probably just wear this GC2B binder when I go to the gym and when I'm working out because it's kind of nice that it's not compressing me everywhere. It's not compressing my ribs and that sort of thing. So it is lighter and more breathable. So you know, I feel like I won't get as sweaty. So I think this is a good binder the gym, and it's probably a really good binder actually for people who are smaller too. My only issue with it was the whole spilling out around the edges and that sort of thing. So I think if you had a smaller build, I think this would be a really good binder because I do think that it kind of puts everything in a good place and it does look pretty flat. So I think it does a really good job. Um, but I think it might be sort of tricky. I mean, it's always tricky to find a good binder for people who are kind of top heavy like I am. So, but I think it does a decent job depending on what you're looking for. So if you're um, looking for a binder to use at the gym, or you're looking for something comfortable, then I would definitely recommend it. If you're looking for something that will really give you the best results and to really make you feel like you're well contained throughout the day and that you don't need to constantly be readjusting, then I think Underworks might be the way to go. So that's why I'm sticking with Underworks for my regular uh, daily purpose. So that's it. I hope this was at least a little bit helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about GC2B binder or the Underworks binders for that matter. So good luck with your binder shopping. Thanks. Bye.